I look like a fish. Should I be up front like this? Or should I be back? I should get rid of this. Okay. Morning. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, although people might watch this in different times. Anyways, I guess today I just wanted to talk about the fact that people only appreciate you when it's too late. Now that sounds very pessimistic, but it's actually, I think it's very liberating actually. So yeah, I feel like, how do I even get started on this topic? I think it's so easy to just feel so lost in people's, I guess, standards of you. Um, and you know what that means is people might have this expectation of you. Maybe it's your parents saying, "Oh, you should go out and be a doctor, or you should go out and be this, or you should go out and be like like an athlete or something," and like something that's not even something that you're not even passionate about, you know. And I think it's not just your parents, but just like people around you. Your friends might have this expectation, or just like this image of you, or it just people around you. And it's very easy to get lost in that, I feel like. Anyways, is this recording? I don't even know. Okay, so it is recording. Sorry. But, let me turn this off. It also go the other way around. Like, maybe you're trying to achieve something. Like, maybe you're trying to achieve something, and people have this strong kind of image of you that they're just like, yeah, I don't really see you doing that. I don't really see you going out and uh, becoming like, I don't know, the next senator or something, or just this, like, you might have this dream, right? And people will tend to turn to hold you back, and it's very easy to get lost in that. It's very it's not the best thing to have. Um, I think it's just in a period of growth where you're trying to actually grow and become better and just surpass your limits. I think it's hard having those kind of people around you, because people just want you to stay where you're at, and that's not even something I learned even until recently. It's like, why are you even telling me this? Um, and it's, I don't know. People want you to stay where you're at for some reason, and maybe that makes them feel better. Like, oh, like he's going out and doing this. Well, what does that mean for me? Like, why am I not doing that? And you know, I think it does tend to have that effect of where you're trying to level up, per se, and I think that does have a negative effect of people almost getting angry of what you're doing. And I think that's psychologically, that's just something that you're going to have to know before moving on. So it's hard. It's hard trying to grow as a person, but people around you are holding you back. And I wouldn't say cut them off. I wouldn't say like don't talk to them, but just try not to listen to that. Even though like they're people close to you, I'd say don't listen to that voice. Just do what you think is right. Do what you think is good. And actually just try to fulfill your goals. I think that's very important. Very important. Let me look at my notes again because I forgot what my speech was going to be about. I also feel like people are very quick to judge. You know? You give them a moment of time. Like, there's just been so many times. Like, where I would just hear people, like, maybe it's at work, or maybe it's at, hanging out with friends, and, I'm guilty of this too. But that's why I can speak on this. But if you give them just a moment of time, like, the moment someone walks out of, like, a certain, I guess, the moment someone walks out, and you're hanging out with a bunch of friends, and is this even focused on me? Yeah. I said, sorry, I'm still kind of trying to be awake. But like the moment you walk out, or someone else walks out, and you're hanging out with a group of friends, I feel like it's human nature within us to automatically talk bad about the person. And I see this everywhere. It's like, maybe it's just my experience, but people will talk crap about you very easily the moment you leave a certain situation. And people are very quick to judge and just be like, oh, why did that person do that thing? Like, you don't think that when you're going to a friend's house or something, and the moment you leave the friend's house and you're at a party or something, you don't think they're going to be talking about you. And just all your negatives and just all the things that you've done wrong, and never kind of reflect on what's good. I think, and maybe that's just because you're around bad friends, but I feel like that's just something that happens, where people won't appreciate you when it's too late. Like, you might be doing them such a big favor of just, you might be helping them in just like the biggest of ways, but the moment you leave, people will talk crap about you. And I don't know, it's just, I've come to learn to try to not care about what people think so much of me. And it's part of why I've deleted social media, and I guess YouTube is still kind of like a social media, but I've tried to delete most of my social media because I needed to stop caring about what other people think of me. It's like, on social media, we care so much about what people think of us, and like try to uphold our image. But it's just so it just feels limiting. Like, you have to be careful about what you say. You have to be careful about, I guess, how you maintain your image. Because you want it to appear like as if you're some happy, all around, perfect dude or gal. But not everyone is perfect. Not everyone is. What the heck? There's this truck driving around at 3 a.m. in the morning. But, like, what the freak? You try to uphold this image of someone that you're really not. I feel like that's just so defeating to me, because I know this person I am. I know I'm filled with so many flaws and just imperfections, and I'm not perfect in any sort of way. So what does it matter? Why do I have to show that I'm so perfect when I'm really not? And so I feel like people tend to just kind of elaborate on what I was saying. I had this one family event where, it was a funeral. My grandma died, and I don't want it to sound depressing, but I had this family member. I've never talked to her before, but she was, well, we were blood related, obviously, but she was like, and I never really talked to my grandma much, at least on my dad's side, but I was just, I overheard her talking, and she was like, yeah, and again, this was a family member of mine, so I think she was my aunt or something, and she was like, yeah, now that she's passed away, yeah, now I forgive her. I'm just like, why can't you forgive her during the time she was alive? And I feel like that's a whole different topic, but I think it relates to what I'm saying now. It's like, until you're freaking dead, it's people won't actually think about like your character or who, just the good that you've done. It's only when something goes down that they're like, actually, he actually was a good person. Maybe I was too critical of him. And it's just like, I don't know, that made an impact on me, just because like, I might be alive right now, and I might be talking to you, but it's not until I die or something. It's like that people fully think about, like, just the experiences they've had with you. And I remember this YouTube video was like, I just want to be appreciated. It was like this old Asian woman.
I just want to be appreciated. I want to be appreciated.
Like, I just want to be or feel appreciated. I think that's all what we all want, but yeah, I think it's very. But the idea of it is that it can also feel liberating, because you don't have to care so much about what people think. Because at the end of the day, like, they will judge you. I mean, what I believe is you should only care about God's expectations of you, you know. But, I believe in God, but, like, you shouldn't care so much about what other people think. And that's liberating, because if you just do something that you're passionate about. Do something where you feel like you're surpassing your limits. You're surpassing, maybe you're like 300 pounds, right? And you've never taken a run before, but you imagine yourself doing like this ultra marathon in the future, and people, I guess this is a better example, but like, you're 300 pounds, you're pretty fat, I guess obese, you're very obese, and you want to run an ultra marathon, and other people, they are gonna hold this expectation of, oh, he's 300 pounds, how is he gonna run an ultra marathon in the future? Like, you'll tell your goals, maybe, and I think that's probably the first mistake, is telling, your goals, but you'll tell someone, yeah, I want to run this marathon in the future, and people will be very negative, obviously. Like, you? Seriously? You're big, man. And it's very easy to get lost in that, because you expect someone close to you to be like, yeah, you can do it, I believe in you. And some people will, but some people won't. And it's easy to get lost in that, for sure. And I think that's what I mean. It's like, if you're just too lost in that, too lost in what people actually think of you, you're probably not going to be able to do the thing that you want to do. It's hard to be focused when all of these, like, thoughts and voices of people just saying, yeah, I don't think he can really do that. It's very easy to get lost in that, and then you get demotivated, and then that spark kind of stops. So, well, what's my conclusion in this? It's, you have to stop caring about what people think. I don't know.